No, stay where you are. Do not break the stillness of this moment. For this is a time of mystery. A time when imagination is free and moves forward swiftly, silently. This is
scarefm.com.
Scarefm.com.
Scarefm.com. I am your worst nightmare, the Hell Demon, and your soul is mine.
Creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls. Whenever candlelights flicker, where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight.
Welcome to Scare FM. I am Seymoure, your ghost host. Scare FM provides you with spine-chilling, vintage haunted radio that originally aired in the early 1930s when TV was not an option. Our radio show comes from the archives of The Sealed Book, The Strange Dr. Weird, The Witch's Tale, The Blue Beetle, The Mysterious Traveler, and other vintage haunted radio archives provided to you exclusively by Scare FM. Scare FM is syndicated and streamed throughout the globe via iTunes, Blog Talk Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, YouTube, RSS feeds, and a host of other internet websites. Don't be frightened. Sit down, relax, as we unravel the mysteries of the macabre, only provided to you by Scare FM. Before we get started with our first episode, a word from the Scare FM advertisers.
Having a haunted house, Halloween party, or haunted event this year? Are you ready with all the best haunted sound effects, pumpkin teeth, and video effects? Find them all at soundsofterror.com. Sounds of Terror has everything you need to give your haunted house, party, or event the perfect sounds and visual effects. Don't wait. Go to Sounds of Terror. That's SOUNDSOFTERROR.com. Halloween is almost here. Prepare yourself. soundsofterror.com.
Are the plants in your home or business always underwatered and look half dead? Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you hate getting that potting soil on your clothes? Me too. Then you need to visit our friends at Hydrating Beads. Hydrating Beads are water beads that feed your plants 24 hours a day. Hydrating Beads come in 12 different colors to best suit your home decor. And the best part about Hydrating Beads is you no longer have to worry about watering your plants every single day. That's right, Hydrating Beads can water your plants up to 90 days without any maintenance whatsoever. No more mess, odor, slime, or continual maintenance. Grow your plants and flowers without soil. Visit them on the internet at hydratingbeads.com. That's HYDRATING beads.com. hydratingbeads.com.
Thank you for listening to our advertisers. If you are thinking of advertising on Scare FM, simply go to scarefm.com for more information. Now it's time to listen to episode 1.
The Diary of Fate.
Fate plays no favorites. It could happen to you.
Book 22, page 475.
In the Diary of Fate.
Yes, here it is. The name John Carthage, Doctor of Medicine. In just a moment, John Carthage will awaken from a drug-induced sleep. He is alone in his luxurious mountain lodge. The last few days have been a strain which sapped his energy. A brilliant and almost miraculous piece of surgery performed upon one who had influenced his well-ordered and meticulous existence. And in just a little while, John Carthage will be dead. As I am preparing to write the final entry on his page, John Carthage is bitterly railing against me and his forgetfulness regarding a little thing. Yes, John Carthage, in a very short while, you will realize the true meaning of fate. In a moment, I will read from the record of Dr. John Carthage in The Diary of Fate. I hope you'll understand. Yes, John Carthage, if it were not for a little thing, you would not now be alone in your lodge. And at this moment, aware that for you the end is certain. While there is still time, I want to go over your page in my diary. It was during the long-planned weekend at your mountain retreat. You and your lovely young wife, Jane, in company with Dr. Baldwin, were awaiting the return of Mason Gray from a hunt. Remember?
John, come quickly.
What's wrong? What's the matter?
Outside, hurry.
What's the trouble, John?
John, look.
Oh, no. Great Scott.
Oh, Mason. Mason, darling. Oh, my precious Mason.
How in the world did he make it? And on the horse, too.
Get a flashlight quickly, Jane. Doctor, help me get him down.
All right. Take a seat, all right?
How awful. His gun must have exploded.
Abdominal. Hemorrhaging badly, too.
Let's cut away the clothing and expose the area, Doctor. Will you get my bag from the station wagon?
Yes.
We'll curtail hemorrhage and pour sulfur in the opening.
Yes, John Carthage, that was a very important entry on your page. Everything had been so carefully thought out. And then something had happened to alter the course of things. To John Carthage, life had been well ordered. His practice was precise and skillful. And once in the beginning, idealistic and humanitarian. But the ideals Dr. John Carthage had as a graduate physician were gradually smothered by a growing prestige. There was the night, John, that you had arrived home late and went to your wife's room. Remember?
Jane, I'd like to speak with you a moment.
I'm so tired. Can't it wait till morning?
No, it can't.
Oh, very well. Now what's bothering you?
Mason Gray.
Oh, that again. It's so late and I'm so
Jane, we've got to
tired.
settle this thing. You must stop seeing Gray having anything to do with him.
Why shouldn't I see Mason? His work on low-cost housing has given me something worthwhile to do. Takes up the endless days and nights of being alone.
Oh, what excellent company you choose. A worthless, unsuccessful, nincompoop architect.
A man of ideals. A man such as you might have been if money and success hadn't gone to your head.
Oh, Tommy Rod. The man's taken you in.
No, he hasn't. When we were married 5 years ago, you wanted to help people. You were going to be a friend of the poor. You were never going to turn away from a sick man because he couldn't pay you a big fee. I think that's why I fell in love with you, John. But you certainly have changed.
I've given you a good life. There's nothing you want that you can't have.
Nothing I can't buy, except the feeling that I'm of some use to someone. That I'm needed by someone.
Certainly you're not in love with Gray.
I'm not sure. But if I am, you've driven me to it by leaving me alone. You may not know it, but you don't care for me anymore.
You know that isn't true.
How about your outside interests? All the little Marys and Alices.
Oh, stop
and the
it.
diamond bracelet you gave Mrs. Blend. That's the only one I know about, but there must be others. John, I want a divorce. I want to make something of my life.
Then you are in love with Mason Gray.
Even if I never saw Mason again, I'd still want a divorce. I want my freedom.
I can't believe that. You are in love with him, aren't you?
I'll admit we've had a great deal of companionship.
Jane, you'll stop seeing Gray and there'll be no more talk of divorce.
And if I don't do what you say...
You'll stop seeing Gray if I have to ruin him. If I have to run him out of town. He'll never have you regardless of what I have to do to keep you two apart.
I'll answer it. The servants are asleep. If you haven't awakened them with your loud talk. Hello?
Is Dr. Carthage there?
Why, he's retiring now. Is it important?
This is Dr. Baldwin.
Oh, yes, Dr. Baldwin. Just a moment, please. John, you'd better answer.
Hello, Dr. Baldwin.
Hello, Dr. Carthage. Going to bed, old boy?
Oh, well, I have a bad headache. Is there an emergency at the hospital?
No, but there is some fine news for you that I thought you might want to hear.
Fine. What is it?
Carthage, I've suggested that the governor consult you.
The governor?
Yes, I thought that would wake you up. He will phone for an appointment when he comes down here at the end of the month.
Hey, that's wonderful. I certainly appreciate your thought of me.
Yes, it meant a great deal for you, John Carthage, to have the governor as a patient. Another jewel in the crown of prestige. You went to your room, but the good news did not make you happy. Your hatred of Mason Gray welled up within you until he loomed as a threatening factor which you had to eliminate. Sleep did not come until you had made a decision. It was then that I, Fate, made another entry on your page. You remember the next day at the hospital?
Dr. Stanley called, sir.
Carthage! Dr. Carthage!
Stanley called,
I say, Dr. Carthage! Yes, Dr. Baldwin, I'm sorry.
You must have a serious problem under consideration. To be so
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't notice. I was wrapped up in the problem.
Nothing serious, my boy?
Huh? Oh, no. Case. You know how it is.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to tell you that you would better get some practice with your trigger finger.
What? I don't understand.
Shooting. I'll be able to accept your invitation for a weekend at your lodge after all.
Oh, of course, yes. I'm glad to have you.
Surely you hadn't forgotten.
Oh, not at all. How's this weekend?
Good. Splendid shooting up there, too. Nice crowd you have there. And Jane's an excellent host.
Well, thanks. I guess the whole crowd will be there.
Good, Carthage. You know, that fellow Mason Gray. Amusing, these fellows with radical ideas about what sort of living a poor man's entitled to.
Why, I hadn't thought about them. Oh, yes, Dr. Baldwin. It's an excellent idea. Having Gray there, why, he'll account for a great deal of amusement.
So, that's my story, Mason, and I'm afraid that now